Hey, sixth graders! We are going to be talking about geology on Mars. So we're going to be looking at the rock space here on Mars, rock science, and we are going to be comparing rocky planets today. So you are going to be able to compare the Earth, so the planet that we live on, to other rocky planets in our solar system. We are going to learn about the processes that happen on Earth and in other places in our solar system. And we are going to do this through studying and investigating the Earth and space sciences here in our solar system. If you look at this picture, you might think to yourself, hey, I wonder what's happening up in the sky or what's happening out in the universe. And lots of scientists ask the same thing. And one of the things that is asked a lot is people wonder, is there life beyond Earth? Is there life in other galaxies? Is there life on other planets? And scientists use tools and other things to see if planets could once have supported life. So we're going to be investigating that a little bit further here. You're going to investigate that by taking on the role of a planetary geologist, and know that a planetary geologist searches for evidence that other planets could once have supported life. Know that some of the things that you're going to be doing, so taking on the role of a planetary geologist and this place, the Universal Space Agency, are fictional things. However, the work that's being done and the information that's being collected, those are all true and factual data. So we are going to be working with real information that scientists use with a fictional story behind it. So think for a moment, what do you think a planet would need in order to support life? So when we're talking about supporting life, we're talking about having the conditions necessary to support life, and we're going to use the word habitable to have this conversation. So at this time, think for a second about habitable, having the conditions necessary to support life. Maybe say habitable out loud. It's a tricky word, habitable, and you will be using this quite a bit throughout this school year. Rocky planet is any planet with a solid surface, such as Earth and Mars. So those are the ones that we're probably most familiar with, but there are other rocky planets in our solar system as well. Our unit question is, how can we search for evidence that planets were once habitable? So how can we search for evidence? How can we look for ways to show that a planet might have once supported life? Our solar system, whoops, I went too far. Our solar system has a bunch of planets in it, and it's just one of many solar systems in our galaxy, and it's one of many galaxies in our universe. So it's important to note that the planets in our solar system that are the farthest from the sun, such as Jupiter and Saturn, are often very cold, and it's possibly too cold for them to support life. These planets are made of rock are not made of rock, sorry, and they're mostly made of gas and ice. So we're going to be looking mostly at the rocky planets here because those are most similar to Earth. And when we're doing a comparison, we want to look at things that are going to give us good data and good information. We're going to be looking here in just a little bit in a few lessons about the scale of this image, of this picture of our solar system. But for now, we just want to note that the planets are shown in the correct order, so where they would be in proximity, in their proximity, in order from the sun. However, their distance, the actual distance they are apart, is not correct, and that's not accurately shown in this picture. So these are pretty evenly spaced out, and in reality, our planets are not spaced out like that. So like I said, the rocky planets are a great place for us to start looking for life beyond Earth because they are nearby, and they have they all have the same kind of surface. They all have that hard, solid surface, rocky planet. So we're going to be looking for habitability there. Again, Mercury, Venus, and Mars are similar to Earth in some important ways. So they're closer to the sun, and they're made of solid rock. And we can see their relative size here. So Earth is the largest of them, but we can see that compared to each other, their Venus is pretty similar in size, and Mercury and Mars are close in size to each other as well. Whoops. All right, so we're going to start looking at how, Whoops, sorry. All right, so we're going to start investigating here. How does understanding the Earth help us learn about other rocky planets? So we're going to use the information we know about where we currently live to find out other information about other planets where we can't be on or where we can't be at. So you're going to compare these here in just a little bit. You're going to look for things that are similar and things that are different. And we're going to be looking at the system, so the set of interacting parts forming a complex whole. So a system that might be familiar to you is the solar system, right? We're talking about all of the planets that are part of our solar system. So we're going to be talking about another system here in just a little bit. And that system we are talking about, Earth's system, is made up of different parts. There's 4 different parts that we are going to be studying here to learn about Earth's system. And the first of those is the atmosphere, and that's the mixture of gases surrounding a planet. So we can see up here, this is our atmosphere. We have the hydrosphere, which is all of the liquid water and ice on a planet. So we have our hydrosphere over here, so water and ice. Our geosphere, which is the solid part of a rocky planet, geo. So we're talking about the rocks on the planet, geo, rock. And we're talking about our biosphere, which is our living things. So so our plants and our trees and things like that, our biosphere. So again, our atmosphere, atmo meaning gas, our hydrosphere, our prefix hydro meaning water, geosphere, our prefix geo meaning rock, and our biosphere, the prefix meaning living. All right, and that's the end of our lesson here for today. Enjoy your practice and come see me if you have any questions.